The Chicago Bears are standing at the precipice of something monumental, and the whispers echoing through the Windy City suggest it could reshape the very core of this franchise. What if I told you the future could pivot on a singular name that sends shivers through opposing offenses? The murmurs have coalesced into a tangible frenzy, igniting fan fervor like never before, all centered around one explosive possibility. What if Micah Parsons, the Dallas Cowboys juggernaut, donned the navy and orange? Recent reports suggest turmoil brewing in Dallas, with Parsons frustrated by the treatment of his future in the Lone Star State. This isn't just another off-season rumor. We're talking about a generational talent who single-handedly shifts the dynamics of a game, a player already carving his name into NFL lore with over 40 sacks in just 4 seasons. The air feels electric, and you can almost hear the clicks of calculators across Chicago as Ryan Poles weighs the implications of a bold move like this. What if, just what if, he pulls the trigger and alters not just the Bears, but the entire landscape of the NFC? We've watched as the talent pool has swelled with Caleb Williams and an emerging offensive unit ready to pounce. But it's the defense where the Bears have traditionally thrived. Think back to the legendary monsters of the Midway, the greatness of Butkus and Singletary, the dominant presence of Urlacher. Can Parsons be the next linchpin in that storied legacy? Picture this, a front seven led by Parsons, where opposing quarterbacks no longer feel safe in their own pocket, where every snap becomes a question of survival. The statistics back it up. Parsons has been a nightmare for elite quarterbacks, routinely disrupting their rhythm and forcing errors. What would it do for Caleb Williams to have a defense capable of making plays and providing support, transforming every game into a manageable affair? Remember the '06 Bears. When the defense carried a less than stellar offense all the way to the Super Bowl, that's the essence of a defense like Parsons could help create. Yet the clock is ticking, and the price will be steep. High draft, picks, key contributors, and a significant financial commitment. That's the sacrifice Ryan Poles might have to make to complete this audacious gamble. And it's exactly this gamble that injects high drama into a city that's been clamoring for hope. Will Poles muster the courage to transform the whispers into reality, to stake his claim and say, "This is our time"? Because if he does, if Parsons arrives to a raucous crowd in Soldier Field, the ripple effects could send shockwaves through the league. Can you fathom what that would mean? The Bears, once more viewed as a formidable force, not merely striving to reclaim lost glory, but positioned to dictate terms to their rivals. The NFC North won't just feel the tension. It'll be palpable. Imagine Love and Goff scrambling under the weight of an enforcer like Parsons, their playbook suddenly reduced to survival tactics. It's chaos and intimidation, the kind that forces teams to rethink entire game scripts. But this isn't just about one elite pass rusher. It's about the deeper implications for Chicago's future. Will this be the moment we stop merely reacting and start to dominate? This is where things get dicey. The scrutiny of every decision, the pressure of polarizing opinions, yet the potential reward looms large. Every fan knows the agony of waiting years for a breakthrough, but from the ashes of past heartbreaks lies the opportunity to rise again. Can we risk it? Remember the electric moments of the '85 Bears, the breathtaking returns of Hester that turned games on their head. Can Parsons be that transformative player who pushes Chicago closer to a championship? Or will this become yet another tale of unfulfilled potential? If Ryan Poles' audacious move goes through, we won't just witness a new defensive strategy. We witness a cultural renaissance in Bears history. The stage is set, the fandom is restless, and the stakes have never been higher. So, what happens next could literally change everything for the Bears. Are we ready to embrace that? Because the time for waiting is over. This city deserves greatness, and greatness could dawn with one bold stroke. Are you ready for the Bears to reclaim their identity and instill fear back into this league? Bears fans, the time has come. This isn't just another off-season anecdote. It's the thunder on the horizon, the kind of crescendo that could awaken our sleeping giant. With Ryan Poles at the helm, we stand on the brink of a transformation that could not only elevate the Bears, but send shockwaves throughout the entirety of the NFL. The air is charged with the potential of landing Micah Parsons, a name that awakens something primal within any Chicagoan. Imagine having a player on your roster who doesn't just elevate the game but redefines it. A relentless disruptor capable of shattering offensive game plans like glass. And if you think that Parsons will simply waltz into Chicago and fit in effortlessly, think again. The stakes are higher than ever, and the ripples of this potential blockbuster trade could fuel locker room chemistry, ignite rivalries, and even redefine our playoff aspirations. But that's just the start. Players will be watching closely. Will those who feel their roles threaten band together, or will we witness a battle for dominance within our beloved Bears? As whispers turn into shouts, will the pride of the locker room bolster this audacious move or fracture under the weight of expectation? Rival teams are already tasting the fear. They know that an electrifying defense led by Parsons would shift the entire landscape for quarterbacks in the NFC and beyond, leaving them scrambling to rethink their strategies. Picture Jordan Love and Jared Goff, flustered and fearful, staring across from a nightmare they've yet to prepare for. And here's where it gets even messier. The price tag for Parsons is steep, potentially costing us a bundle of draft picks and perhaps even cherished talent that's become synonymous with our recent attempts at rebuilding. But think about it, Bears fans, hasn't our franchise history shown us that the boldest moves yield the richest rewards? The echoes of '85 ring true as we contemplate the possibility of a generational talent in our quest for the next great defense, hearkening back to the names that shaped football in this city: Butkus, Singletary, Erlacher. Each one a lightning bolt that illuminated the path to greatness. Each one a benchmark that Parsons could elevate us back to if we play our cards right. This move could reignite the passion of the Windy City, where cold winds whip through Soldier Field and every January game becomes an epic battle under the icy glow of those steel beams. A battleground where history is made and legends are born. The concept of Parsons entering this hallowed arena where echoes of past victories reverberate through our souls, that's the kind of drama that sends chills down our spines. Steel yourself for the moment when the decision comes down to the wire, when Poles must decide if he's willing to bet the farm on the player that could launch us from mediocrity straight into contender status. In these last moments leading up to the trade deadline, the clock is ticking. Fans are holding their breath, voices hoarse from rallying cries that echo in the stands. Will Parsons harness that terrifying energy and explode onto the scene, or does the window of opportunity start to close? Imagine him bound by the spirit of the city, where the lakefront wind carries the promise of a new dawn and the electricity of a roaring crowd fuels him. The question looms large. Are we bold enough to take the risks that could reshape our future? To risk it all for a shot at football immortality? Smash that. Like if you make the call to push all your chips in for a transformative player like Micah Parsons, the one that could change everything. Comment now if you believe this dream can become a reality, because Chicago deserves greatness, and the time to seize it is now.